Guys, so today we are going to start with another video in the continuation of DSP course. So today we are going to learn what are linear and non-linear systems. So a linear system is a system in which equations, the variables are never multiplied with each other, but only the constants are multiplied with them and then they are summed up. Now what do they mean by this is that, first of all, let us break up this statement into various parts. Let us see this part first. That the variables, what are variables? We know that variables are represented by X and Y or Z, or you can take up any other alphabet in order to represent variables because they change with time. So in a linear system, the variables are never multiplied with each other. That is, you can never write XY, YZ or XZ. These you will never see such a case in linear systems, but they can be multiplied with constants and then they can be summed up. So what do they mean by this is that, suppose we have X, so we can multiply X by 2 and we can then sum it up and say we are multiplying y by 3. So this is an equation which can be formed, and this is a linear equation. That is, this is a linear system in which the variables are never multiplied with each other, but they are only multiplied with constants and then they are summed up. And there is another property of linear systems, that is the principle of homogeneity and superposition. That is, linear systems follow the principle of superposition and homogeneity. So these are the two things that you need to keep in mind whenever you are asked about linear systems, that they follow the principle of superposition and homogeneity. This is very important. And now we have that in linear systems, the output, that is the change in the output, is proportional to the change in the input. For example, let us say that y is the output, then its change will be proportional to the change that we are doing in the input. That is, we have a directly proportional relationship. So let me give you an example of a linear system. Suppose we have this equation. Say we have this equation, y of t is equal to t into x of t. So this is a linear equation. As this constant t is multiplied by x and the change in x is directly proportional to the output. That is, whatever will be the change in the output, it will be directly proportional to the change in the input. So this is an equation or an example of a linear system. So guys, let us move on to non-linear systems. Now in these systems, the change in the output is not proportional. That is, the change in the output is not proportional to the change of the input. So what do we mean by this is that we cannot say that y is directly proportional to x. This will be wrong, because then it would be a linear system. In linear system, this equation is not true. Sorry, this concept is not true, that the change in the output is not proportional to the change of the input. And guys, they do not follow the principle of superposition and homogeneity. So these are the two important things that you have to keep in mind for both of them. That is, non-linear systems do not follow superposition and homogeneity, whereas linear systems follow the principle of superposition as well as homogeneity. So these are the two important things to keep in mind. And another important thing is that the change in output is not proportional to the change in input in the non-linear systems, and it is completely opposite for linear systems. So guys, you will be able to understand it much better when we are going to solve questions. That is, let us take up a question. Say question number 1. And the questions, we have to find whether the system is linear or non-linear. We have to tell whether the given system is linear or non-linear. So now let us take an example that we took above, that is, y of t is equal to t of x of t. So now we have to find out whether this is linear or non-linear. Though we know that this is a linear system as we discussed above, but let us prove it. So first of all, we will take y1 is equal to t into x1 of t. This is the first step that you have to do. Okay, and keep writing along with me, and I hope that you have written all of the above parts, all of the other above equations and definitions that I've written, because these will help you in your exam, and that so that you remember them also. So now the second step is, we will write y of 2 of t is equal to t x2 of t. So now what we will do is, we will simply sum up y1t and y2t, and we will write it as y dash t is equal to sum of y1t plus y2t. So this is your third step. Now we will move on to our fourth step, which is a little different from these three. Now what we will do is we will simply write y double dash t, and over here only we will write the sum of xt as x1t plus x2t, and this is y dash t, y double dash t, and this is y dash t. So now what we are going to do is we will compare y dash t and y double dash t. So let us completely write y dash t, what it will come out to be. We will get y dash t to be equal to, we will simply put the value of y1t and y2t over here. That is, we have t x1 of t plus t x2 of t. On doing that, you will take t common and you will get x1 of t plus x2 of t. And now what we will do is we will compare y dash t and y double dash t. That is, we will see whether y double dash t is equal to y dash t or not. So if you will notice equation 1, say this is equation 1 and this is equation 2, you will see that both of these equations are equal, that is 1 is equal to 2. So if this is the case that y dash t is equal to y double dash t, then we will say that the system is linear. So this is a very easy concept to find out whether a system or a given equation is linear or not. So this is our first question. Now let us move on to our second question. Now in question number 2, we have the equation as y of t is equal to 10x of t plus 5. So now we have to find out whether this particular equation of a system is linear or not. So we will follow the same steps. That is, first of all, we will write y1 of t, and keep on writing along with me, guys. And if you are having trouble understanding it, rewind the video and watch it again. You will be able to understand it. So here we will get 10x1 of t plus 5. Now we will do the second step. What is the second step? We will write y2 of t, which will come out to be x2 of t plus 5. Now guys, what we will do is we will simply add y1t and y2t, and we will write that as y dash t. That is, this will be the sum of y1t plus y2t. And on doing that, what will you get? You will get it as 10 of x1 of t plus 5 plus 10 of x2 of t plus 5. And on summing that, we will take 10 common from x1t and x2t, and we will simply add both the 5s, and from there we will get 10. So this is our y1 y dash t, sorry, this is our y dash t. And now similarly, what we will do is we will see the fourth step. This was our third step. Now we will see the fourth step. Now what is our fourth step? In the fourth step, we will write y double dash t. And in y double dash t, we will simply take the equation, and instead of xt, we will write x1 of t plus x2 of t. We do not have to write them separately, we will write them together for y double dash t. And now this is our equation of y double dash t. Now let us compare y dash t and y double dash t. Okay, so let us say this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. So you will notice that this constant over here and this constant over here, they are different, because here we have 5 and here we have 10. So we can say that y double dash t is not equal to y dash of t. So this system is a non-linear system. See, it was easy to prove whether the system is non-linear or not. So these are the steps you have to follow. First we have to find out y dash t, then we find out y double dash t, then we simply compare both. And if they don't come out to be equal, then they are non-linear, and if they are equal, then the system is linear. Now let us move on to question number 3. Let us say we have an equation which is y of n square into x of n. So we will simply follow the steps again. We will write step number 1, that is y1 of n is equal to n square x1 of n. Now we will write y2 of n is equal to n square x2 of n. This was your second step. Now what is the third step? You should know that it is y dash of n. Instead of t, we are writing n, so it is no big deal. So now we will be writing the sum of y1n plus y2n. So on doing that, you will get n square x1n plus n square x2n, and we will take n square common and you will get x1n plus x2n, and this is our y dash n. So say this is your equation number 1. Now similarly what we will do is we will find y double dash of n. On doing so you will get n square, and you know what we have to do for y double dash of n. You will simply write x1n plus x2n instead of xn. So now guys we will compare, say this is equation 2, we will compare equation 1 and equation 2. So you will see that equation 1 is equal to equation number 2. So we can say that the system is a linear system. That is, the output is the change in output is directly proportional to the change in the input, and they follow the principle of homogeneity and superposition as we discussed above. And I hope that you have written those 2 points and star mark them in your notebook or wherever you are making your notes. Now guys we will move on to question number 4. That is the next question. Now for question number 4, suppose we are given the system equation as we have y of t, then we have 10 cos 100 pi t x of t. Now do not worry, it is not hard, it is an easy question. Now we will simply have to follow the steps irrespective of what is given to us. So we will simply write y1 of t is equal to 10 cos 100 pi t x1 of t. And now we will follow the second step, that is y2 of t is 10 cos 100 pi t x2 of t. Now what we will do, we will follow the third step in which we have to find y dash t, which is simply the sum of y1 t and y2 t, and on doing so you will get 10 cos 100 pi t, which we will take it as common, and we will write x1 of t plus x2 of t. Simple. Now let us find out the fourth step. That is what we will do in fourth part. We have to simply find double dash of t, and it is very simple. We simply replace xt by x1t and x2t, summation of both of them. So this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. So now we will compare equation 1 with equation 2, and you will see that equation 1 is equal to equation number 2. So what we can say is that the system is linear. Simple. Now let us move on to the next question. Now suppose, let me change the color. Now suppose for question number 5, we are given a system, say y of t is equal to t to the power n x of t plus c. C is a constant. Okay. So we will simply follow the steps again. That is, we will write y1 of t is equal to t to the power n x1 of t plus c. Then we will follow the second step, that is y2 of t is equal to t to the power n x2 of t plus c. Now we will simply find out y dash of t, that is simply the sum of y1t and y2t. On doing so you will get t to the power n, and we will take it common, we will get x1 of t plus x2 of t plus 2c. Okay, so this is what you have got for y dash of t, and let us say this is equation number 1. So now let us do our final step, that is part 4 or step 4. That is, we will find out double dash of t, y double dash of t, and on doing so we will get x1 of t plus x2 of t, then we will write plus c and say this is equation number 2. So guys, let us compare the two equations. That is, let us compare this equation, that is equation 1, and this is equation 2. On doing so you will see that we have a c constant over here, whereas we have a constant 2c over here. So what we can say is that 1 is not equal to 2. So the system that we have been given is non-linear. That is, it will not follow the system, the principle of superposition. It will not follow the principle of homogeneity, and the change in the output will not be directly proportional to the change in the input. Okay, so these are the 3 points that you have to keep in mind, and I have written them at the top also. Now guys, let us move on to question number 6. Say for question number 6 we are given the equation as y of t is equal to t x square t. So this is our equation, and now we have to do step 1, that is y1 of t is equal to t x square 1 of t. Then simply we will write y2 of t that is t x2 square into t. So guys, now we will do the third step. What we have to do for that, we have to find out y dash of t. So on doing so, you will simply get t will come out to be common, and we will get x1 of square t plus x2 square of t. Say this is equation 1. Now let us see the fourth step. Now what is the fourth step? We will simply write y dash double dash of t, and we will replace x of square of t by x1 of t plus x2 of t. That is, on doing so, you will get x1 of t plus x2 of t. So guys, please keep in mind that we have a square over here, and what we are doing, we are replacing x of t by x1 of t and plus x2 of t. So the square will come out to be over here. That is, this is the square that you will get over here. Okay, please keep this in mind and do not forget to put the square over here. It will not come over here on both the x1 and x2 because it is of the whole part of xt, and we are replacing x of t by x1 plus x2, and then that will be the whole square. So let us say that this is our equation number 2. Now if you see that equation number 1 and equation number 2 are not equal, so we will say that the system is non-linear. I hope you understood this question. This was a tricky question, and star mark it in your notebook. Now guys, let us move on to the seventh part, or the seventh question. That is, suppose we have the system equation y of t as e to the power x of t. Simple. Now we simply have to follow the steps irrespective of what is given to us. Now we will write y1 of t is equal to e to the power x x1 of t. And similarly for second step, we will write y2 of t is equal to e to the power x2 of t. Okay, so now what is the third step? We will write y dash of t is equal to the summation of y1 of t and y2 of t. On doing so, you will get x1 of t e to the power x1 of t plus e to the power x2 of t. So this is your answer. Now let us do the fourth part, or the fourth step. That is simply finding out y double dash of t. And we know that what we have to do, we have to simply replace x of t by x1 of t plus x2 of t. Say this is our equation 2, and say this was our equation 1. So now you will notice that equation number 1 is not equal to equation number 2, as we have the single e over here, and whereas we have a summation of e's over here, so which is different than, so equation number 1 and equation number 2 are not equal. So when they are not equal, we know that the system is non-linear. So guys, we have discussed various questions on finding out non-linear and linear systems, and these are enough for you to complete and crack your college exams, because this is an easy concept, and you should keep in mind these properties that I have discussed. These are important, and I hope you have made all the notes that I have discussed about the things over here, and please write these questions in your notebook also. And guys, do not forget to subscribe our channel, as it would really help us to create more such videos and help you compete in your college exams. So guys, if you liked my video, please comment in the comment section. Whether you have to give a positive feedback, you have to give a negative feedback, it doesn't matter. Just comment something if you want to. And guys, this is it for this video. See you in the next one.